Okay, hey guys! So I went through and read through an entire one thinking my video was going and it wasn't. So yeah, that was fun. Anyway, uh, so we're getting there unpacking. We're mostly done with the kitchen. We still have the closets. We haven't really done anything yet today, and I have to work today. I've got about just under 6 hours. So I'm going to try to get this one done kind of quick. It wouldn't have been real quick, but I read through the whole thing without the video going, so yeah. Anyway, I decided to jump ahead today because I was trying to find a shorter one, and I was having issues with that. I have quite a few longer ones. So, oh, my son Aaron just texted me. Anyway, so this one is from the Homestead Cabin Builds section. And this one, I decided to do this because we've been talking about, the pallet builds and that kind of thing. So this one it's from the Cabin Diary, and it's called Pallet Cabins, the Ultimate Guide to Start Building Now. Maybe I won't be tripping over my words the entire time this time. Maybe it's a good thing that didn't record. Okay, I'll show you the picture. You can see it. There you go. Kind of cool looking. Really small. They don't have to be that small. Okay, there's a common misconception that cabin life is expensive. If you feel led to this lifestyle, you can make it work on any budget. One inexpensive way to build a cabin is do-it-yourself pallet cabins, or the timber on your land. If you're fortunate enough to have property with lots of logs on it. Pallet cabins are a fabulous way to go green and put recyclable materials to good use. These rustic structures are crafted with inexpensive pallets you can often find for free. In this post, you'll learn the pros and cons of pallet cabins and see how a do-it-yourself cabin comes together from the ground up. Okay. The ups and downs of do-it-yourself pallet cabins. As with anything else, pallet cabins have their pros and cons. For many, the good outweighs the bad, but you'll have to decide for yourself. Do-it-yourself pallet cabin pros. Let's start with the positive first, shall we? Here are a few of our favorite things about these adorable structures. Pallets can be gotten for extremely low prices, a lot of the times even for free. Most grocery and furniture stores have an abundance of pallets, so you don't have to wait for a lumber order. The wood used to build pallets is highly durable and easily repairable, if you get them from good places. Pallets are environmentally friendly and recyclable. Pallet cabins come together more quickly, unlike more sophisticated blueprints. Do-it-yourself pallet cabin cons. Pallet cabins are fantastic, but nothing can be perfect. This short list contains a few things you should know before starting your do-it-yourself project. Pallets are the perfect place for snakes, rodents, and spiders to hide. I wouldn't ask Chloe to go get one of those pallets. Beware of this when storing them outside. And that's what gloves are for. And shoe boots, and long pants, and sweatshirt jackets. Pallet cabins are small, almost like rugged tiny houses. They don't have to be that small. You can just use more to make it bigger. So, it can be challenging to transport pallets, especially if you don't have a truck bed or a trailer. Fortunately, when we start having pallets hauled up to our property, there's plenty of people that'll be willing to do it, so. Pallets absorb spills, which can be dangerous if they've been used to transport toxic chemicals. Just make sure you ask what they were used to transport. How to build do-it-yourself pallet cabins from the ground up. Okay, this is one that's in progress. Sorry. Trying to get rid of the glare. It's not working. There you go. Building a pallet cabin is a simple project anyone can do. Take a long weekend to create fun memories and something that will last. A pallet cabin blueprint will give you the exact details of where to place each thing, but here's a brief overview. Step 1. Determine your foundation. While you can place your pallets directly on the ground, many carpenters recommend laying a foundation first. I wouldn't even recommend putting them on the ground, because they're going to weather too quick. And you don't want your house rotting from the ground up. It's never a good thing. Concrete blocks create a level surface that keeps your wood healthy. Or if you have a lot of bigger rocks on your property that have, like, the flatter surface, you can make those work too. Kyle's Cabin, his channel, he does that with several of his. He uses rocks that are on his property, so. Plus, they're cost-effective, keeping with our budget-friendly theme. I will probably also have some loads of cinder blocks brought up to the property as well. Step 2. Lay the flooring. Once your foundation is complete, you can work on the flooring. For most people, this is simply clean pallets placed over the foundation, which is... that's what I'll probably do in our coops. For us, it's just going to be logs. And then... we could use pallet wood for the floor. Or you can just use, we could get a sheet, a few big sheets of plywood for it. But anyway. Just trying to figure ours out at the same time. Try different sanding techniques for high-end flare. Ensure that your flooring is strong enough to withstand not only foot traffic, but the assembling of the house. Step 3. Build the walls. It's time to build the walls of your little pallet cabin. You can lay them one on top of another vertically, or you can add a little more support if you prefer a more substantial structure. Join each set of the walls with plywood at the back. Again, our cabin's going to be out of the logs on the property, so we're not going to have that issue. Step 4. Add windows and doors. Unless you're using your pallet cabin as a gardening shed, you'll probably want to let some light in. Follow your blueprint or heart and lay the framework for your windows and doors. You can also use pallets to build a greenhouse. And I actually have some of those saved, and we'll get to that on the greenhouse section. So, now that you know where your windows are, add your roofing beams. 5. Set the roof in place. If you live in a place with extreme weather, and we actually do, we have our points where we have our bouts with when it gets cold for a while, our cold spurts. Add insulation between the slats. We'll probably go with, with the logs, with the timber, it's a whole different thing. We'll cover that when we get to that. Anyway. Then place smaller pieces of pallet wood over the pallets to look like siding. After that, the sky's the limit. Paint your wood or add flower boxes, the choice is yours. Once your siding is complete, add plywood to your roofing beams. When it comes to your roof, you have a few options. You can add a tin roof, a popular way to use spare pieces of sheet metal. I personally would recommend a metal roof, because they last for years. If you want to use If you want a more traditional top, cut your pallet slabs into smaller pieces for shingles. Yes, you can do that, but the problem is you will always be having to repair. You will always have to repair those. Always. Whereas a metal roof, you're not going to have to get up there and repair that. Alright. Step 6. Add embellishments. Now it's time to make your do-it-yourself cabin your own. A few fun things you can add to pallet cabins include a deck or a small patio for entertaining, sconces to add much needed evening light, and we'll probably do that inside our cabin, window boxes for a cottagecore vibe, an attached outhouse. We're going to go with a composting toilet. I'm still having issues pronouncing that today. Composting toilet. So there's a toilet in the house because I'm not going to go outside to go pee in the middle of the night. It's just not going to happen. I get up at least a couple times during the night. And I'm not going to get up at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and go outside to pee. No. There you have it. Oh, whoops. Steps, especially helpful if your cabin is off the ground. There you have it. An adorable do-it-yourself pallet cabin is 6 easy steps, give or take a few. Pallet cabins frequently asked questions. There's a lot of curiosity behind pallet cabins, especially with the recent rise in popularity. After reading this article, you're sure to be a do-it-yourself expert. Well, you actually have to go out there and put it to use. How can I use my do-it-yourself cabin? Pallet cabins are a fun way to embrace minimalistic living. Many people use their cabins as tiny houses. Again, it doesn't have to be that small. Our cabin, what we're planning on doing, I'm planning on using longer, leaving the logs longer. So, sorry, I am tired. I haven't gotten to bed very early the last few nights. Anyway, we're planning on leaving the logs longer, and I might actually square it up, but our loft, when we do the step, we'll do the steps to go up into the loft, and then when you get onto the loft, we're going to make it to where there's a hallway down the middle of the loft, and on both sides, we're going to put up a wall with the logs, cut logs for the wall, and then there's going to be walls in between for at least 3 rooms on each side, so we could end up with like 6 bedrooms upstairs. So, even maybe 8 extra rooms. If it's long enough, we'll just have to see. But there'll be enough room to where we could even have like a rec room, which would be cool if our son, Christian, our second son, ever decides to start talking to us again. And I don't even know why he's not. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's because there's things going on with the National Guard, or I get he's busy. Anyway, that's a whole different story. Anyway, but he decides to come down and see us and bring his brother with him, and him and Aaron would have lots of fun, playing around in our rec room, because there's people down here that I have connections with now that could help us get things like a pool table and just other things that we could put in the rec room, which would be cool. So, anyway, so that's kind of our little thing. But I'm hoping to do it to where Aaron and Christian will be willing to come down and spend some time with us. I can never figure out what's going on with Christian. Say a prayer for us, because I don't know what's going on. But alright, how many pallets do I need to make a cabin? Depending on the size of your project, you'll need 80 to 100 pallets. Or more, obviously. You don't have to make it a tiny, tiny house. Look for spare pallets on the Facebook Marketplace, that is a good place. Your local grocery stores, hardware stores, construction sites, tractor supply stores, places like that. With a bit of work, you'll get your pallets in no time. How long does it take to build a pallet cabin? If you're following a simple blueprint, you could easily have your pallet cabin completed in a weekend. More complicated designs could take 4 to 5 days, depending on the number of helpers you have. How long will my pallet cabin last? A little effort goes a long way. Treat the wood with a weather-resistant formula to make your pallet cabin last for years. I would highly recommend looking for a weather-resistant treatment for your wood that does not have toxins in it. That's non-toxic. Because you do not want to put those toxins in your wood, because it's going to end up in your house. You don't want that. Treated pallets can last decades, where untreated pallet cabins have a lifespan of 3 to 5 years, and that would kind of suck. What tools do I need to complete this project? Well, you don't need to buy out Home Depot. A few tools make any project a breeze. For this project, I suggest using the following. A hand drill, which we are going to buy a cordless drill. Circular saw or chop saw, hammer, sandpaper, tape measure, and a crowbar. And that was all of that one. And that was... folks. Pallet cabins, the ultimate guide to start building now. Okay. Not that that's actually done. Okay. Sorry. Just a little frustrated that I went through the whole thing and realized my video wasn't even going. Anyway. So, that's all of that one, and I'm going to go ahead and have Chloe add the intro to it, and I'm going to get this up there, and then I got to get busy packing again. So, I'm going to try to get like 3 to 4 at least 3 videos out tomorrow, kind of in between, hit and miss. Tomorrow's going to be full of a lot of cleaning, finishing the packing, cleaning. I might have to do laundry tomorrow. Sorry. I might have to do laundry tomorrow. I don't know. Just there's so many like loose ends that we got to get tied up. I don't want to leave the trailer dirty, so I want to go through like I'm going to wipe everything down and sweep, mop, that kind of thing. All the furniture is going with us. We're leaving all the toxic chemicals here. The only cleaners we are using in our trailer in town, and once we get on the property, the only cleaners we're using are homemade ones. So, anyway, I'm going to get this uploaded. I'll have Chloe put the intro on it, and I will get it uploaded, and I will see you guys in the next one. And just as a reminder, excuse me, if any of you are new to my channel, new to our channel, we are Faith First Farm and Homestead. Excuse me. We have 12.54 acres down here in Oklahoma, just outside of, well, it's in Wilburton, but it's kind of in the mountainous area. Anyway, we moved down here from Michigan a little over a year ago. We actually started our homesteading journey in Michigan. We had chickens in Michigan. We had gardens, that kind of thing. Our goal is to be on the property by this spring. We're not living on the property right now because we do not have a vehicle and we don't have anything on the property to stay in. We should have a camper trailer coming from a neighbor of a friend of ours who is selling his camper trailer. And he should be getting back to us on that here soon. And for all the details, like in all our plans and everything, and what we talked about, and what we're planning on doing on our property, you can go to our live video that we did called Faith First is Going Live, is where I explain like what we're all about, why we got into homesteading, and kind of why we moved down here, and like our plans for the property and just the whole nine. So anyway, just go ahead and pull up that live video and watch it, and you'll get the whole rundown of our channel and how we came about and that kind of thing. And that was weird. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I stepped on my cord. Computer started traveling on its own. Anyway. But go ahead and pull that video up and then go through and watch some of the other videos. And like the videos, share the videos. Please share the videos with all of your homesteading friends, family, neighbors, whatever, and ask them to share the videos and subscribe to the channel, and be sure you hit that notification bell so you get all of the notifications for our videos. And I do upload a lot, with the exception of this weekend because we're moving. So we are moving into a trailer in town. So for now it's easier to get to and from work, so I don't have to get a ride home after 11 o'clock at night. But we're still working out the details on transportation for the property, but we'll get that taken care of. So anyway, but I'm going to go ahead and get off from here and have Chloe go ahead and add the intro to the video, and I'm going to get it up there. So I will see you guys. I don't know if I'm going to get to another one today. I will try. But if not, I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't work tomorrow. I work tonight, which is why it's kind of I don't know if I'm going to get to another one tonight. But I will see you guys on the next video, either tonight or tomorrow. And you guys all have a good day. Have a good night if I don't do another one. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.